aggressive tonight. That's part of the area of our game, of our system that we're trying to improve on. We had 50 deflections, which is, we normally try to get 35 deflections, and we got 50 tonight. That says we're being very aggressive, and we out in the passing lanes, and we've improved with our understanding of how to take the fight to our opponents. But we put them on the free throw line 23 times. So it kind of negates the hustle, and fouling does negate hustle. So that was a positive, and I think we can get better with not fouling. I thought we were able to get a lot of guys in the game, doing critical parts of the game where they all felt that they were being able to have an input into the game, which I thought was good. I thought I looked up one time, we had about 3 or 4 freshmen on the floor, gaining some experience. And that's kind of who we are right now. We're not a well-oiled machine. We still sputtering a little bit. We're not going to shoot that quarter from 3. Tonight, looked like we couldn't miss. And tonight, we had just the same level of shots that didn't go in. Like I said earlier, we try to get 35 deflections a game. We got 50. That's positive. You can't put people on the free throw line as much as we did. We got to do a better job rebounding. I thought that we did not get the ball inside nearly as much as we need to with the size that we have. Malik didn't have one of his better games, which I'm glad he got that out of the system, because we all know he's an unbelievable presence inside. Sometimes they say in the locker room, first game jitters. Well, I'm not real sure I buy that. Sounds like an excuse to me. but I'm pleased to come away with a victory. It's a lot. We evaluate the film. I think we'll see some areas where we need to improve, and we expect to be a little bit better come Saturday night. Any questions?
In general, did you like how you guys pushed the tempo, fast break points, ability to get to the rack quickly?
Well, the deflections gave us an opportunity to get out in transition, which is our positive. You need to get some easy baskets, but you also need to get easy baskets and putbacks. Tonight we got deflections and steals, and that I'd be interested in once we grade the game and see how many points we got out of our deflections and steals. Really grade that and see, but that was positive. But I also think that the second half we could have done a little bit better job contesting shots, and I think now you see that every team in America has players that can hurt you if you don't watch it. So obviously, the first half we contested the shots pretty good. Second half, I thought that they got some open looks on because they were ball moving, of the ball movement. It's obvious that we have a little more quality depth, but right now we're still trying to develop that cohesive unit and get a sound rotation. I think we're probably 3 or 4 more games away from that.
How do you balance trying to go to the offensive glass versus getting back on defense? And what do you want to see?
It's not that difficult. A lot of it is just focus, concentration. We normally have 3 guys go to the boards. We have 1 guy getting back, and another guy should be somewhere between the free throw line and the top of the key to get for long bounces. But right now we have a tendency to not make multiple efforts going to the boards. We accepted blockouts, and our anticipation of when to go to the offensive boards is lacking a little bit. In other words, we wait till the shot hits the rim before we go. In reality, you need to, as a guy's going into his motion to shoot the balls, when you need to start going to the offensive boards. You got to be spinning and rolling, but you can't just accept the fact that a guy turns and blocks you out on his back. That's an area that we definitely need a lot of improvement.
Just a 1-game sample size, but I think Taylor had almost twice as many points as in any game in his first season. How have you seen him rise to the challenge? What you want to see a guy going from year 1 to year 2?
Well, now, if you notice, most of his points came on hustle points. He was very active, and even though he's improved his vertical shooting, he's improved his ball handling, he's staying true to who he is. He's an athlete, quickness and speed, and a high motor, and I think he's utilizing that. And the other parts of his game are going to smooth out because he's really improved his perimeter shooting. But I don't want him to get too far away from running the floor, getting deflections, going to the boards, attacking closeout. And I think he's bought into that. Why he's trying to improve in those other skill areas that only time will allow him to improve.
Is the full court and 3/4 court press something that, with given the depth of the team, that you're trying to incorporate more?
Well, let's talk about that. We don't really press. We pick up man to man 9 feet. We try not to gamble that far away from the basket because people shoot the ball so well. But what we don't want to do is people to walk across half court and just make an uncontested pass to the wing or to the elbow and start the offense. So we have to pick up 94 feet. We're not trying to steal, but our guys are getting to the point where they're aggressive enough, where they are getting some deflections and getting some steals. And I think that depends on who you guard. You can't be gambling that far away from the basket and give people an opportunity to attack you, break you down, and get inside the lane and get kicking. So we're going to continue to keep picking up 94 feet, only because nowadays most schools are playing pack line defense, where they're picking you up at the top of the key. That's why we try to be a little different. That's why we need full complement of players in order to sustain it. I was happy tonight that a lot of guys actually come out of the game. That's huge for us. And we can keep as many fresh people on the floor as possible. And I think that means that we have a chance to be probably fresher in January and February than we would be if we playing guys 34, 35 minutes.
Leonard, I know it's just one game, early November. Does this feel like kind of an old school Leonard Hamilton team with the length and the defensive tenacity that they seem to play with? Again, one game, but even in the exhibition games, they seem to play really hard.
Well, I think you accurate assessment. I think that's why the quality of your depth is important. But we have two guys that appear to be a little ahead of everybody else. That's Malik and Jameer. They seem to have shown in practice over a period of time that they may be a little bit ahead of the other guys, but the rest of the guys about the same. And so that allows us to keep fresh people on the court. And what I saw tonight, I was very pleased with. Guys are letting me know that they're fatigued, and we're getting fresh bodies in. That's a great sign. I don't see any selfishness. The guys are willing to share the ball and share playing time. And so to answer your question, it was a long answer, but I feel like we're closer to being like the teams that we've had that have been successful.
Everybody else set?